Wow, this thing is a riot. Catch the tail. The Taycan has ruined me for other sporty EVs. I've been building up the Porsche Taycan in my mind for years. It was launched in 2019, but I never got to drive one. And I've always been a bit frustrated about it because I've always heard people saying just how good the Taycan is to drive. That it's by far the most enjoyable EV to drive, that it's the real electric enthusiast pleaser. So I'm very happy today, in spite of this horrible weather, that I'm driving my first Porsche Taycan. And let me tell you, it really doesn't disappoint. Now, even though the weather forecast said that we were essentially getting Eastern Europe's equivalent of a hurricane, I still brought the Taycan to my favorite mountain road because this car is all about how it sits on the road, how it steers, how it feels through the corners. And with all-wheel drive, I should have plenty of traction even in these really rainy conditions. My tester today is a Taycan 4, so this is basically the entry-level all-wheel drive Taycan. Between its two electric motors, one powering the front axle and one powering the rear, it makes 435 PS and 610 Newton meters of torque. Now that pushes this 2.2, almost 2.3 ton car to 100 kilometers per hour in 4.6 seconds and on to 230 kilometers per hour flat out. I could even do a launch, so I have 75% left in the battery. I'm gonna try to find a level piece of road where I can do this. Okay, I think this is as good a place as any for a launch. Launch control activated. Yeah, it's quick.
The Taycan rides on Porsche's 800-volt J1 EV platform, shared only with the Audi e-tron GT, but no other Porsche. My Black Edition tester gets the larger 105 kWh battery with 97 kWh usable and an official WLTP range rating of up to 635 kilometers. That should translate into around 500 kilometers of real-world range, but it quickly drops if you drive it more spiritedly. It also has something very few other EVs have, a 2-speed gearbox on the rear motor. First gear sharpens acceleration off the line, while second improves efficiency and keeps the car pulling strongly at higher speeds. Under full acceleration, you might feel a subtle shift, but most of the time it operates almost unnoticed, but it does make the car faster.
So this car is finished in metallic volcano gray, which is quite an understated color, but it suits this car well, I think. I also like the design of the 21-inch wheels. I think they're also very good, especially for an aero type wheel. And the interior is clad in this sumptuous truffle brown leather that extends up onto the dash and on the doors and on the steering wheel. And I like how the plastic bits, because there are still some plastic bits here that aren't covered by leather, they are perfectly color matched to the leather. I don't think there's another electric car quite like this. This thing steers impeccably. It's a combination of this rather thin-rimmed steering wheel, which makes one in a BMW M look like it is on a diet of burgers because it's just so chunky. This one is a lot more traditional, and the steering wheel, it just kind of edges you on to drive this car. It doesn't have a flat bottom, which is refreshing in this day and age when manufacturers have gone absolutely nuts with the shape of their steering wheels. The steering wheel was the first thing that made an impression on me. Instantly, as I climbed aboard and I put my hands on it, I said, wow, this thing is special. The steering itself gives you tremendous confidence through the corners. It puts a BMW steering rack to shame. This thing just holds on for dear life. It's running Hankook Ventus Ion EV specific performance tires. It is glued to the road. So I'm in Sport Plus with the standard air suspension set in its firmest and lowest setting. And even though this road isn't the smoothest, this thing rides brilliantly, even all firmed up like this. Wow. So this isn't the very latest Taycan, the one with the fake shifting. So all you get in this is a more spaceship type acceleration sound. The steering is pin sharp, but without feeling nervous and making the car feel jumpy. It is the definition of well judged, as is the suspension. Even as I said, I'm still in the firmest setting. It's fine. Even for normal driving, it's really good. You really forget that you're riding on big 21-inch wheels. Such a good chassis, such an enjoyable car to drive. I think the mark of a good car, and the Taycan is a good car, is that you don't have to really drive it very hard to enjoy it. And that's certainly the case with this. Although you can, of course, punch it. And even if it's the lower powered model, it's still plenty pokey. So my favorite sporty EV before driving the Taycan is the Tesla Model 3 Performance. With its combination of lightweight, plenty of acceleration, and a lot of go faster bits that make it better than the standard Model 3. So I really enjoyed driving that. There is a whiff of Taycan about the way that car drives and it sits on the road. And right now, based purely on what I'm feeling on this road, it's the only other car that comes close to the Taycan. Wow. I don't think I can pass. Let me take a look. That should fix it. So there's a tree in the road and I couldn't get around it, but now I can because I broke a part of it off. Driving this car, you really are reminded that Porsche really is Porsche, and there's not another car maker like Porsche, not even BMW, to be honest. All of BMW's EVs feel a bit dynamically compromised compared to a Taycan. Between the steering, how low you sit in the car, how the car sits on the road, there's no contest. No other car that I've ever driven on this road feels as good as the Taycan. In this specification, it costs nearly 150,000 euros. But I mean, if you're in the market for a sporty EV and you're pretty loaded, there are few cars that could even come close to matching this. It's in a league of its own on this little back road that I really enjoy driving on. It's where I test the handling of all my press loaners. Wow, this thing is so good. I really didn't know what to expect. I mean, a lot of people whose opinion I value said it was fantastic, but until you drive one, swings the tail out a little bit. Oh yeah, I'm digging this. It just feels really balanced. It's not scary or daunting to drive quickly. And as you build the pace, the car just takes it, and it never feels stressed or flustered or like it's about to let go. And to be honest, I'm actually happy that the first Taycan I drive doesn't have fake gears, because now I can tell you that it doesn't need them. The engagement comes from you interacting with this glorious, fantastic chassis that is unmatched among the cars that I've driven, at least. Just chuck it into a corner. catch the tail. What a thing. Such a cool car, man. And you can get on the power really early. Doesn't really squander any of it. This is the tree that I broke so we could pass. You can very easily control the balance of the chassis with your right foot, which in EVs is a bit hit and miss, to be honest, but not in this. It also stays remarkably flat through the corners.
The heavy traction battery sits under the passenger compartment, giving the Taycan an exceptionally low center of gravity. That explains why a car weighing well over 2 tons changes direction with so little drama, and why its mass rarely dominates the experience. Some of it should, of course, also be attributed to Porsche's legendary chassis tuning knowledge.
And the last thing that I'm missing right now is a noisy engine. The Taycan has ruined me for other sporty EVs, that's for sure. It set the bar really high. And it makes me think about the upcoming 718, the electric replacement or the electric equivalent, because there might still be a combustion version coming of the 718. And while people say that's gonna suck because it's an EV, so it's gonna be a bit heavier than the car it replaces, the lack of a boxer engine in the back will certainly detract some points. But I think, based on driving this, I also drove a Macan EV through the Dolomites last year on some really rather spectacular mountain passes. And that felt amazing. That felt like a big, sporty hot hatch on stilts. This feels so much better, simply because it's a lower car. And that makes a huge difference. What a machine. I'm in love with this car. I want one. I really want one. So for all those people who say electric cars can't be fun, you really need to drive a Taycan. Very happy to have finally driven one, because now I can say I get it.